This year, Mrs. Cheryl Halpern was recognized as the Woman of the Year by the World Woman Awards. Natasha Dimitra, ambassador for the World Woman Awards, explained that Cheryl Halpern was chosen, after careful consideration, from several hundred notable women from around the world. The award was presented to Mrs. Halpern in celebration of the United Nations International Women's Day. Cheryl Halpern is a woman of achievement. In addition to being an advocate for women's rights and a supporter of educational initiatives around the world, Mrs. Halpern is an award-winning producer and director of many inspiring documentaries. In recognition of her compelling films that have promoted dignity and respect, she was acknowledged as Tolerance Woman of the Year 2017.
To have received the recognition and be given the World Woman Award of 2018 is such a milestone for me. It leaves me virtually at a loss for words because I am humbled to be given this award when there are so many incredible women who also deserve to be recognized. So it's so very special. It means so very much. And again, I'm humbled to be considered and included in a wonderful sisterhood of women who have won the award before me. I grew up in a small town in the United States, New Haven, Connecticut. And my parents were community leaders. My father, a rabbi, and my mother as his helper in her own right. And our home was always open to anyone, regardless of age, gender, ethnicity, faith. And there was always an interaction with respect, with tolerance, with hope. And it was such a positive home to be brought up in. I was taught by my parents the values of being concerned, considerate, and giving to each other. It has made me, having learned from them, a sensitive individual who values caring, who values sharing, and who appreciates what another person does and can celebrate with pride the work, the actions, the deeds, the words of everyone. I would say my biggest achievement to date is that not only am I a mother of 3 wonderful children, I'm a grandmother of 11 children, 11 grandchildren. And to be able to see continuity, the generational continuity with my family, with the values, the caring, the sharing, the commitment to others, continue through the actions and deeds of my children, and watching my children teach my grandchildren how to be caring, how to engage with the disabled, how to give, regardless of your age, to another, fills me with such incredible pride, and that's my achievement. As an American, I remember all too well the inequality that existed when I was a child. And there used to be a commercial on the television where the tagline was, "You've come a long way, baby, but you've got so much further to go." So when I was growing up, there was inequality, but there was a commercial that would be on television, and the tagline was, "You've come a long way, baby, but you've got a long way to go." Women who are living with inequality need to remember that even though it might not be tomorrow that they will achieve equality, like water on the rock, they have to continue to work for equality, to speak out, to be advocates, to continue to be heard, because the platitude of the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Yes, the squeaky wheel does get the grease. And with Fighting to Be Free, the short documentary that I was able to produce speaks about the women in Ethiopia in 1974, the latter part of the 20th century. And here were women who had incredible prejudice from within the society that was directed towards them. The peasants, the villagers did not think that women had the capacity to commit to a cause. And so when you had the Derg regime abusing women, raping them, putting them in prison, killing them, and you had a struggle for freedom that was going on, they didn't believe that the women could commit to the struggle for freedom. And they made them open up their shirts to show their breasts, that in fact they were women. But these women did not give up. Whether they were literate, illiterate, urban, rural, it didn't matter. They formed a sisterhood, and they fought, and they achieved. And when the Constitution was being written in 1994, gender equality became a clause in the Constitution. So nothing comes easy, but anything and everything is possible. Personally, gender equality was never an issue that I had to address. I grew up in a home where I was given the respect, and no matter who visited our home from the community, even when I was a little pipsqueak, my parents would say, "Cheryl, speak up. What do you think about civil rights? What do you think about the issue of the day, the Vietnam War?" There was never any limitation to my participation within the broader context of a communal family. And that enabled me, that sense of recognition as a child stayed with me when I matured. And even on the college campus, there I determined that I wanted to be part of the communications world. And so that was my introduction to radio, where again, getting on air, discussing issues, culture, nothing was limited to me. And then that sense of self enabled me to even take it further and to meet heads of state, regardless of country, regardless of religious affiliation, and never to hesitate to respectfully talk to them or to anybody else about my perception, my observations, my assessment. So my personal experience was one of perhaps exception, since I really was not ever put down or limited or told, you're a girl, you're a woman, this is not a place for you to engage. I say to any woman who wants to really be a catalyst for change, God bless and go do it. But remember, everything, especially change, takes time. Five years is actually a very short time. Before you turn around, it's already gone. The time has moved so quickly. But I hope during the next 5 years to continue to be an impactful storyteller. There are so many individuals, people who are heroes and heroines whose stories are untold. And I hope that I will be given the opportunity to share these stories with audiences around the world. So, to quote a Jewish proverb, the burden is not going to get any lighter. I do hope my shoulders will get wider to enable me to achieve this, my personal goal as a storyteller. First thing you must never forget and always remember is to believe in yourself. Second, you have to always believe in your goal. And third, never doubt your commitment to achieve that goal. 1, 2, 3 will help you succeed.